Sup traders, I'm just going over a trade that I took on the 15th of November on a Friday, which was a TGIF setup that I was taking. And yeah, let's just go through the trade. I waited for price to come down to the previous day's low. And on the 5-minute time frame, price had been trying to push up, essentially forming a channel on the 5-minute with RSI divergence. Right, we had the RSI diverging here, and to me, after seeing this bearish engulfing candle, after these two tweezer bottom candles, I was predicting price to find support and continue higher. It's just a short-term trade. I wasn't trying to aim for price to pull up to these highs, and as the price started to move in the opposite direction, I exited the trade because I was not very comfortable with the sell side liquidity just below the previous day's low, and I wanted to wait for price to take out that sell side liquidity and then look for a trade. And that was towards the end of the New York session, and then during the London close session, around from this is the low at 10:35 US time, which is 3:35 UK time, and I'm not really trading after 3-4 p.m. on a UK in the UK. We eventually do come down and take out the next sell side liquidity. Price makes a sharp run down and then find support, and we eventually find good support the next day on the Monday. Price pulls back again, takes out this low, and then continues to hold. No trade there for me, but just showing that price does eventually find support. Let's just do the higher time frame analysis and see how things played out. So this is how a price looked before Friday. So we've had a series of bearish candles. Order flow on the weekly time frame is bearish. Order flow on the daily time frame is bearish, and we came into this sell side liquidity at 1.266 yesterday and found some support, minor support. And I was predicting price to come down to the next sell side liquidity at 1.2614 eventually, but because it was a Friday and it did come into quite a key level, which this is quite a key level for me, I was predicting maybe price will find some support around that area. So Thursday we closed like that, and then on Friday, on Friday we opened up, took out the highs of this swing during London session, tapped into this fair value gap, and then dropped. And after taking out this weekly low or previous day's low on Friday, I was expecting maybe price will find some kind of a support at that level. But to me, I was not really interested in that trade. I took a 0.5% loss because I exited that trade immediately after entering, and I wanted price to come down to that sell side liquidity. We also had this market structure shift yesterday, essentially a fake market structure shift, and then price ranged, came down, and then eventually Friday, during the close, it comes down and takes out that low, and then we start to find support eventually. It's just a TGIF setup, which I took slightly early. Waiting for this low to be taken was a much better trade than taking it at this low, especially when on Thursday we came down. Let's have a look. Thursday we came down, we held that low, the first sell side liquidity displaced up with a market structure shift, but the way price failed to continue higher, and the way price started to come lower, drop lower after taking out this low, this high, taking out this high at a fair value gap. After making this high, this high was made, price displaced lower, leaving a fair value gap, an order block, and then price pushes down, comes back up, trying to get above these highs, and then pushes lower, and then pushes back one more time, and then rejects this level one more time, and then drops. And that's quite a good sign that maybe price is reaching for the next objective, which happens to be that sell side liquidity rather than the previous day's low. So yeah, for that reason, it's not really a good trade for me, regardless of whether it's TGIF. And I've learned that lesson this week as well, because I did the exact same thing, which was taking a TGIF setup at not the best location, at a location above another major level, and I got stung again. So that's the lesson learned for TGIF for the future.